Hi guys, welcome back. I'm going to be doing my pregnancy update today. So, I believe it was on the 13th of May 2018 I found out I was pregnant. Esme was only about 2 months old, so I wasn't sure what I was going to do, so I've kept it quiet for a while. I told my partner, obviously told close family, and told some friends, close friends. Because Esme was so young, I really didn't know what I was going to do. I was in two minds of obviously having an abortion, which I would never go through, and I don't know why it even come across my mind, but I think it's just because Esme was so young, and I was really worried that I wasn't going to be able to cope with having another pregnancy. Not so much having the baby, but the pregnancy, because when I was pregnant for Esme, I had gestational diabetes and a preeclampsia towards the end, and it was just a really rough pregnancy towards the end. So I wasn't sure how I would cope if that was to happen in this pregnancy. So in the end, me and my partner decided the baby was there and it was there for a reason. So we decided to go through with the pregnancy. So we made our first midwife appointment, and then because Esme was so young, they give me an emergency appointment, but they faxed my scan request as urgent. So on the 6th of July 2018, I had my dating scan, and they do this. Obviously, they give you a date, and they do the fluid on the back of the baby's neck, and they also take your blood. I think it's called a combined scan. I think that's what it's called, and that's where they check for Down syndrome, Edwards syndrome, and Pate's. Everything come back. The scan was fine. The baby had a little heartbeat, could see it moving. I was 13 weeks, 3 days. Went home, showed my family scan pictures, took a few pictures of Esme, saying that she was going to be a big sister in January. And then 2 days later, I got a phone call from the screening team up at the hospital, and they said they had to go double check all my details were right, and then they said that the baby had a 1 in 28 chance of having Down syndrome. I've not really told anybody this because it was something that I was still working out in my head, why has it happened to me? I was just going through a lot of emotions. So they gave me an appointment at the hospital a couple of days later to go through my options of one was an abortion, which no way. I decided this baby was here to stay. There was no way I was going for an abortion. It just wasn't something I wanted to do. They offered me a CBS test and an amnio, and I declined both of them because whatever the outcome wouldn't change my mind. The baby's here to stay. So at 16 weeks pregnant, I had a glucose tolerance test where they checked for diabetes because my mum's a diabetic and my partner's family, it runs in his family too. Yesterday, I had a phone call from the hospital, and the tests have come back that I've got gestational diabetes again. So that was one of my big worries, obviously, from when I was pregnant for Esme, that it was going to come back because my blood sugars were quite uncontrollable to begin with. And then they sort of started me on metformin, which didn't work for me. And then I was on insulin on the night time because my blood sugar in the morning was the worst. My fasting levels, I think that's what, fasting levels, that they just were uncontrollable. So that's one of my big fears, oh my gosh, it's happening again. But because I already know what to do, so I've got an appointment next week at the hospital to start me on some metformin again, and we'll take it from there. So, right, I'm 17 weeks pregnant, 17 weeks, and I think it's 3 or 4 days. I don't actually count the days, I just say I'm 17 weeks. And my baby at the minute is the size of an avocado, and I think it weighs 140 grams, and I think it is 13 centimetres in length. As far as symptoms goes, I've not really had no morning sickness. I've been suffering really bad with heartburn, and I suffered really bad with heartburn with Esme, but towards the end, not sort of this early. Cravings, I've not really had cravings apart from lemon. I absolutely love lemon at the minute, whether it's fresh lemon, lemon juice, anything with lemon I love. And cucumber water, I absolutely love cucumber water at the minute, but it repeats on me, so I tend not to drink loads of it. I think Esme's now sensing that I'm also having a baby because she's got really clingy to me in the last couple of days. She's especially clingy with her dad, but like if I leave the room, she's crying for me. She's got to be picked up all the time by me, and I'm not sure if that's because she's teething also at the minute. She's just cut her second tooth, but it could just be that she sense that I'm having another baby. I've not had any morning sickness this time round. I don't really normally get morning sickness anyway, but I normally like sort of feel sick in the mornings. Oh, there's one thing I can't do, and that's I can't drink coffee. It just makes me, I can't stand the smell of coffee. The same with tea. I could have an old cup of tea now, but like when my partner makes it, he makes it too milky, and as soon as I smell the milk in the tea, no, I can't. I got a bit nice colour. I did have a crave. I think I did have a craving for watermelon and strawberries at the beginning of pregnancy, but I wasn't sure at the time. I didn't know I was pregnant, so I'm not sure if that was a craving or just because in England we've been having really hot weather for a couple of about 2 months now, so I wasn't sure if it's just because the weather was hot and it just makes you want to eat fruit. Normally I'm not a fruit person. I'm normally crisp and chocolate, and I've actually gone off crisp, which is a good thing because of my blood sugars now. I need to obviously control my blood sugars a little bit more. I felt a couple of movements. I've been feeling movements since about 16 weeks, 5 days, which normally, like with Esme, I didn't feel her move to 24 weeks. It just feels like, well, I'm sure I move. I'm sure it's like little flutters because it's like, well, people says it's like a fish, but I call it bubbles because that's what it feels like to me. Which, like I said, I was really surprised at because with Esme, I didn't feel her till she was 24 weeks because my placenta was on the front wall and it was high, so it was cushioning her. Excuse me, guys. It was cushioning her movements. I'm going to be doing an update on Esme soon, but obviously the reason why I haven't really updated because obviously I've been having phone calls with the midwives, the hospital, and it's just really hard to film when I got quite a few appointments going on, and because Esme's been so cleanly as well, so it's quite hard to film with her because like she's at the stage where she likes grabbing things, so she likes to grab the camera and then she stops the recording, and then editing is also a nightmare at the minute because I'm not sure if it's the editing software I use, it comes out with sync, or it's when every time I upload it keeps saying corrupt, so I'm not sure if it's just the software I'm using or just because I'm not very good at editing yet, even though I've edited a couple of videos, but some of them I'm not 100% happy with, so that's why I've not uploaded them. Other than that, the pregnancy's gone actually quite fine, apart from the two things I just mentioned about the Down syndrome and the gestational diabetes. Like, I'm quite worried that I'm gonna just get preeclampsia because that's what I had with Esme, and I had to spend quite a time at the end of my pregnancy in hospital, and I really didn't want to do that now that I've got Esme because it's quite hard to to leave her. I don't like to leave her for long. I went to the cinema last Friday and I find it really hard to leave her because it was the first time I've left her for so long, and I just find it difficult to leave her. But other than that, I think everything's going fine, and I will do another update on the pregnancy as soon as I have my appointment at the hospital, and I think I'm going to be filming Esme's update later on because my mum's coming to watch Esme for me. So I can carry on with filming and editing because, like I said, Esme is quite clingy at the minute. So my mum's going to come and watch Esme for me. Well, not watch her, but just hold her and things. I'm just going to do that. Sorry if this video's a bit choppy, guys. It's just that I'm not feeling 100% myself either today. Just feeling a bit deflated, and I'm not sure why. So I would appreciate it if you did enjoy this video to give it a thumbs up, and if you need to hear, if you want more information, because I haven't given enough information, just comment down below, and I'll either comment back, or when my mum's here I'll try and make up a better video. Thanks for watching, guys. Cheers, bye.